Hey, what's going on, everybody? So the 13th ranked Miami Hurricanes had an exhibition game today. They played the College of New Jersey, a Division III school, and as you would expect, Miami ran away with this one. Certainly looked like the better team, the bigger, more athletic team. 111-54 was the final result. There were a few things that I have my takeaways with this game that I want to get into, but first off, I want to start with Wuga Poplar, Miami's breakout candidate, the guy who I think is going to have a big year for the Hurricanes. The reason why I think Miami can have a successful season is because of the play of Wooga, and Wooga did not play today. And I asked Jim Larrañaga about it afterwards, and he said, look, he thinks he could have played today. He's been dealing with some injuries, some annoying injuries is what he called it, throughout the preseason. And for me, if you paid attention to the channel and the site on InsideTheU.com, I've talked about the injuries with Wooga, and sometimes you'll see him within a practice play some and then comes out and then he'll play some more. So it's been kind of hit or miss throughout preseason camp. And Jim said that he did practice last week, leading up to the game, and that they talked and they just felt like it was a long season, and they didn't play him today. I don't think it's anything to be concerned about right now. They do expect him to play in the season opener November 6th. There's 3 games that Miami starts out with the season, with NGIT and then also UCF and FIU. Before those 3 next games, those top tier, higher level games, when they play Georgia, and then also they could play K-State or Providence, depending on how things work out in the Bahamas tournament, and then they play at Kentucky. So it's kind of 3 to get ready for those bigger games, those more high-profile games in the next 3. So it'll be interesting to see how Wooga does when he gets out there. Certainly they look different without him, and then without him, they did have the 4 starters, and then Keshon George, the freshman who I've been raving about, who I think is going to have a big year, a guy that I think is going to be one of the best freshmen in the ACC this year. And today, it was solid for Keshon. Stepped right in. He made a couple threes. He had a dunk. Got leaked out early and got a fast break dunk. He also had another fast break dunk where he had dunked it left-handed in the second half. So that was pretty cool to see. Overall, just a solid performance from Keshon. Nothing overwhelming. And if this was your first time seeing Keshon, you might not have come away with as impressed as I have been with him, seeing him throughout preseason camp. But again, I think he's going to have a big year, and I know people might be surprised because he wasn't a highly regarded recruit, not very well known. I just think he's got a very bright future, and it was good. Knocked down some shots today and made some passes and did well on that top unit. And I think he's going to be Miami's top guy off the bench to begin the year, and we'll see how things transpire with that and kind of his role, but I think he's certainly going to be a key for Miami on both ends of the court. Now, flipping to the guys that are returning, I thought both of these guys played really well, and Nigel Pack and Norchad Omier. Omier led the team. 23 points, 10 to 13 shooting is exactly what you wanted to see from Norchad. Also grabbed 12 rebounds, came out with energy early on, and Miami got out to a big start, 21-4, and really just put their stamp on the game. This wasn't going to be something where they walked their way through a win, or it was going to be close, anything like that. Miami came out firing, and Norchad deserves a lot of credit, as well as the other players too. Again, there were a lot of leak outs, a lot of fast break opportunities for Miami, and Norchad, there were some few moments that were impressive to me. He had a steal, then a dunk as he got through the defense. Also knocked down a 3. He wants to shoot the ball from 3 a little bit more. He only shot twice, but he knocked one down. And I do think you're going to see him shoot the ball, maybe not always from 3, but I think just even knocking down 15-foot shots for him will be a little bit different. I think it's just going to be more volume. And I talked to him at media day, and he said he has been working on that, his shot. So I think you're going to see that more. And again, the rebounding defense was there. I asked him after the game what he thought about this game from a team standpoint. He said he just liked everything. They shared the ball. They did well there. It felt like defensively they did well. And speaking of defensively, I asked Coach about, he has talked about defensively how they want to be better. He feels like they got to be a little bit better than what they've shown so far at this point in the season. And defensively, with that, I asked if there was anything from today. Again, they overwhelmed their opponent. But he said particularly defensively, he was pleased with their fast break defense. So they did a good job with that. And I thought that was noteworthy because, again, in terms of some half-court stuff, it's exactly what you would expect. Again, Miami's defensively, they just have a lot better players than the College of New Jersey, and it showed. But, again, they got back on defense, so I think that's a good positive sign, something to build on moving forward at this point in the season. Another freshman who impressed, who I think is going to have a big role for this team, is Michael Nwako. 16.7 rebounds today, came down with some good dunks. I thought he did a good job defensively, some positioning things, and also kind of disrupted some shots with what you want to see from Nwako. And I think he's going to have a huge role on this team. As that backup 5 with Omir, and people are asking about AJ Casey. I think Casey's going to just slot into the 4. I don't think you're going to see him at the 5 very often. I just think that's where he'll be, kind of backing up Matthew Cleveland, who showed some flashes too, had some good sequences in today's game. 5 of 8 from shooting. I thought that was good. 11 points, nothing spectacular, but I just thought he had some good moments for Miami on both ends of the court, and they got out in transition. It's what you want to see from Miami. Cleveland was a big part of that as well. Bensley Joseph with the assist, and also Nigel. So overall, I just thought it was an overall, just a lot of positives with what you see today. They're kind of gearing up to get ready for the season opener. So high expectations for this team, picked number 2 in the ACC poll, which is great. Certainly they want to win an ACC title again. They only have 2 to their credit so far, and certainly they didn't do it back-to-back. So that'd be a huge accomplishment for Miami. So we'll see how things kind of go moving forward. Definitely drop in the comments. If you were here or watched it, definitely drop in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought of this game, maybe some things that you're thinking about with this team that either I haven't mentioned or something maybe you agree with. So thanks again for watching this, and take care.